Fred Phelps, the founder of Westboro Baptist Church, passed away earlier this year. But before his death, he was excommunicated from the notorious church for reasons that have until now been a mystery. But a new Facebook post from his grandson, Zachary Phelps Roper, who left the church in February, may reveal a shocking reason why Phelps was kicked out. He implied it was his grandfather's support for Equality House, a project of the nonprofit LGBTQ group Planting Peace. That house was painted in rainbow colors, and it's right across the street from the church in Topeka, Kansas. I'm now joined by phone by Fred Phelps' grandson, Zachary Phelps Roper. Zachary, welcome.
Hi.
What inspired you, first of all, to post this on Facebook? Why now?
Well, it's kind of funny because the thought just crossed my mind yesterday that, that he did come out in support of the Equality House, and for some reason I thought that I should tell one of those who live at the Planting Peace, the guys who run that program. His name is Aaron Jackson. I just thought I should tell him because I wasn't sure if I actually had it, and then he told me that he was in shock and that he was like in tears
right.
for like 30 minutes. And he said, "You should totally tell the world this, Zach." And I'm like, okay.
Well,
so
and you did. and you did tell the world. Let's take a look at the Facebook post that you wrote. Fred W. Phelps, my grandfather, came out in support of the Equality House before he was voted out of Westboro Baptist Church. Specifically, on the day he was excommunicated, he stood outside the front door of the church, but not within anyone's earshot, but a few members of WBC who happened to be in the immediate vicinity. I say he spoke words to the effect. He spoke words to this effect to the Equality House. You are good people. I feel like he had a change of heart after my grandmother nearly passed away, and he felt the pangs of loss. He waited for news of her every day and night while she was in intensive care. I think this triggered a chain reaction whereby he developed great empathy for others, which would explain why he would support Planting Peace's anti-suicide and anti-bullying platforms and their charities across the world. I love my grandfather, and I believe people do change if they are inspired enough. Oh, man, Zachary, I love you, man. This is a tough one. This is a tough pill to swallow. First, any chance he was just senile?
No, I don't think. The thing was, he tended to go to extremes from time to time. I mean, he would get really
I agree.
angry. Yes, would get really angry. I mean, at people inside the church, or But the thing was, I think he became really depressed when my grandmother was on life support, so to speak. She was intubated, and she had pneumonia. She was very close to death, and we were very afraid for her. And he was torn up, and he wanted to be there constantly with her, and he was neglecting. He probably would have neglected his own self, except for the fact that we told him, "We'll take you there during the day and bring you back at before the night's over so you can get some sleep, because you have to take care of yourself too."
So he's going through loss. He's experiencing this stuff.
Yeah.
Did he actually say to you, I'm experiencing, I look at the world differently. I'm feeling something different. I mean, this is a lot, for someone like Fred Phelps, who is known for, saying so many things for so long.
Yes. He never actually told me anything, but when he was in hospice care, he seemed to express a change of heart to some members of the church who had left and then were coming to visit him. Two of them, anyway. There were only two of them that actually got to see him before members of Westboro Baptist Church said that we're not having any more visitors whatsoever. And what he told them, though, was that he loved those two grandchildren that came to see him. And, they were not members of the church, and he knew that they weren't, because it had been, almost a year since they had left. So,
wow.
I mean, yeah.
So that's a sign as well that, there was a time where excommunicated members weren't acknowledged, much less told that they were loved.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. We were not. I don't think that I was shown unconditional love at the church.
Wow. So
and it just kind of, it bothered me a lot.
I can imagine the pain of feeling disconnected and really, ousted. by your grandfather. It must have been deeply painful for you.
I think that accepting the LGBT community, accepting same-sex couples is going to do a lot to advance the cause of Jesus and his ministry for the outcast, the marginalized,